our investments in property can happen through our SMSFs?
Yep, absolutely. So with we're a big advocate for commercial property within self-managed super fund, within self-managed super, particularly if you're operating your business from it. So, one of the biggest problems or deterrents from people, mum and dad type investors investing in commercial property is the tenancy risk. So, you don't want to have a substantial commercial asset that's vacant. So it can be a deterrent. Back here on the Gold Coast, maybe 5-6 years ago, all around this area, there was a lot of vacancies, a lot of empty buildings. Now they don't have enough stock, so the vacancy rate's very low. So that risk at the moment is really not there, but you just don't know what's going to happen in 5 or 10 years. But so that's a big deterrent, and also the amount of money required to get in, which I'll come back to in a minute. But so with self-managed super, the business real property or the commercial property is one of the few assets that you can utilise or rent from yourself whilst you're under the age of retirement. So you can purchase your commercial property directly or through a loan within the self-managed super fund, and then rent it back to yourself, rent it back to your trading entity. So
I can, if I've got enough super in my super fund, I can buy it outright.
Yep.
And then rent it myself.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. And just has to be on commercial terms.
If not, I'm using a deposit to get a mortgage.
Yep.
Commercial mortgage, and then still be able to rent it.
Yeah, you can. So you've got one of those two options. So if you have enough money to buy it outright, then no loan. It's quite simple. It's just a straight purchase. If you need to get funding, then the only way that you can purchase the property is through a limited recourse borrowing arrangement. So here's something I prepared earlier.
Okay.
So that's the structure and operation. So you have the self-managed super fund. So with the trust with a corporate trustee, and then you have the lender sitting off to the side, and then you have what's called a holding trust or a custodian trust. So, and there's it's a little bit different from a normal mortgage. It's called a limited recourse borrowing arrangement. So the loan itself, it's a bit of a technicality. The recourse on the loan is limited to the asset itself. That's one of the reasons why the major banks are not really in this space anymore. You're looking at second and third tier lenders predominantly. The bigger banks saw it as risky for them, so they've basically pulled out their products from this market. But so the holding trust, the custodian, will then purchase the asset, and the self-managed super fund repays the lender, and then when that last repayment's made, the holding trust ceases to exist and the property transfers automatically to the super fund.
So who's on the title then?
Yeah, so on the title at first instance, it'll be the name of the holding trust, the custodian.
The Proactive Podcast, brought to you by Me Media.